If there is one word to describe Isaac Asimov, it is prolific. To match the number of novels, letters, essays, and other scribblings Asimov produced in his lifetime, you would have to write a full length novel every 2 weeks for 25 years. Why was Asimov able to have so many good ideas when the rest of us seem to only have one or two in a lifetime? To find out, we can get help from the Asimov's autobiography, It's Been a Good Life. Hi guys, this is Pratik and welcome to Eclectic. Here we talk about our past, present and the future. However, in this particular series of short videos, we are going to focus on how to make our present better. Asimov was not born writing 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. He tore up pages, he got frustrated and he failed over and over and over again. In his autobiography, Asimov shares the tactics and strategies he developed to never run out of ideas again. Let us steal everything we can. Never stop learning. Asimov was not just a science fiction writer, he had a PhD in chemistry from Columbia. He wrote on physics, he wrote on ancient history, hell, he even wrote a book on the Bible. Why was he able to write so widely in an age of myopic specialization? Unlike modern day professionals, Asimov's learning did not end with a degree. Here is what he says in his book. I couldn't possibly write the variety of books I managed to do out of the knowledge I had gained in school alone. I had to keep a program of self-education in process. My library of reference books grew and I found I had to sweat over them in my constant fear that I might misunderstand a point that to someone knowledgeable in the subject would be a ludicrously simple one. My interest was aroused in 20 different directions and all those interests remained. I have written books on mythology, on the Bible, on Shakespeare, on history, on science and so on. So what we can learn here? To have great ideas, we need to consume good ideas too. Your formal education is not the end. If anything, it is just a beginning. Read a lot and follow your curiosity and never stop investing in yourself. Do not fight the struck. Getting stuck on something is normal. It is our reaction to it that really matters. I don't stare at blank sheets of paper. I don't spend days and nights cudgeling a head that is empty of ideas. Instead, I simply leave the novel and go on to any of the dozen other projects that are on tap. I write an editorial or an essay or a short story or work on one of my non-fiction books. By the time I have grown tired of these things, my mind has been able to do its proper work and fill up again. I return to my novel and find myself able to write easily once more. So step aside and actively ignore the thing that got you stuck. By doing this, your subconscious mind creates space for ideas to grow. The fear of rejection. All creatives, be they entrepreneurs, writers, or artists, know the fear of giving shape to ideas. Once we bring something into the world, it is forever naked to rejection and criticism by millions of angry eyes. Self-doubt is the mind killer. The fear of rejection makes us into perfectionists. But the perfectionism is just a shell. We draw into it when times are hard. It gives us safety, the safety of a lie. The truth is, all of us have ideas. The difference between Asimov and the rest of us is that we reject our ideas before giving them a chance. After all, never having ideas means never having to fail. Lower your standards. Asimov was fully against the pursuit of perfectionism. Trying to get everything right the first time, he says, is a big mistake. Instead, get the basics down first. Think of yourself as an artist making a sketch to get the composition clear in his mind. The blocks of color, the balance and the rest. With that done, you can worry about the fine points. I cannot sit around doubting the quality of my writing. Rather, we all have to love our own creation. I do. Believe in your creations. This does not mean you have to make the best in the world in every try. True confidence is about pushing boundaries, failing miserably and having the strength to stand back up again. We fail, we struggle, and that is why we succeed. Interestingly, Asimov also recommends making more things as a cure for perfectionism. By the time a particular book is published, the writer hasn't much time to worry about how it will be received or how it will sell. By then he has already sold several others and is working on still others, and it is this that concern him. This intensifies the peace and calm of his life. If you have a new product coming out every few weeks, you simply do not have time to dwell on failures. The secret sauce. A struggling writer friend of Asimov's once asked him, "Where do you get your ideas?" Asimov replied, "By thinking and thinking and thinking till I am ready to kill myself." Did you ever think that it was easy to get a good idea? Many of his nights were spent alone with his mind. "I couldn't sleep last night, so I lay awake thinking of an article to write, and I would rather think and cry at the sad parts. I had a wonderful night." These were the words of Isaac Asimov. Nobody ever said having ideas was going to be easy. If it were, it wouldn't be worth doing. So these were some of the lessons, tricks or tips, whatever you choose to call them, which Isaac Asimov recommends in his autobiography, It's Been a Good Life. On my channel, I make videos on our past, present and the future, which involves dealing with the history, philosophy, politics and the future tech. Go ahead, check out the playlist and videos that are already available. Subscribe if you find them interesting, and also I assure you that more interesting content will keep coming up. If it is possible for you, economically support my channel on patreon.com.